What's up, everybody?
My name is Jeff.
And thank you for joining us for another episode of Something Amazing. Well, in keeping with our recent trends of covering audio, we're going to be doing another audio segment. And also remember, we're giving away that amazing Logitech 5.1 surround sound system, and we'll link that in the description box down below. So today we're going to be looking at the audio system that we recently upgraded at our home office here, and that is the M-Audio M-Track 2x2 Studio Kit. Let's get into it. Okay, so like we mentioned before, audio is something that's extremely important. It can make or break a video. A prime example is our intro. Most people these days watch videos or YouTube videos on their phones, but if you had to attach to your phone a high quality headphone and you listen to that same clip, it would sound completely different because there's a lot of the audio frequencies that are in that clip that would only transmit on a headset rather than over your phone speaker. And that's the whole point of having a good audio capturing system and also having a good listening audio system, so that you pick up these frequencies that are not normally heard. Because, for example, if I have to listen to an audio clip or a video on my system, it's going to sound very different from somebody else listening on another brand system.
What you talking about, Wiz?
And the reason for that is most hi-fis or computer audio systems that are out there on the market usually have preamps that are built into the system that clears up the audio, that polishes it, but you don't hear a true reflection of that audio. So we recently, like I said, got the M-Audio M-Track 2x2, and basically the system consists of the M-Track 2x2 sound card. So this sound card it attaches to the PC via a USB Type-C port, and you can do a USB Type-C to USB 3.1, or you can do USB Type-C to USB Type-C. The importance of using a Type-C, as you all know, it's a very high speed exchange point. And therefore you get zero delay when recording your audio, basically. At the back of the M-Audio M-Track, you basically have XLR and a 1/4-inch TRS combo input for a mic, and that basically allows you to use any mic out there on the market, and you can connect it up to the sound card. It also has two 1/4-inch outputs for stereo outputs for your speakers, and then obviously the USB Type-C. Moving to the front of the sound card, it has a 1/4-inch input for a headphone, and on the sound card itself you can control the volume between and distribute it between your speakers and what's coming through to your headphones and the volume of your headphones. It also has a 1/4-inch input for a single instrument, so you can attach an instrument to this card while you're singing or doing a voiceover and record all of that at the same time. So it's a very robust design, very sleek. It has a nice gloss finish to it. The dials and the controls in them are extremely smooth, and they feel expensive, but this is a budget sound card. It has a metal chassis, and it has very smooth control when using it. Moving along, the next component of this studio kit are the headphones, and it comes with the M-Audio HD-H40 headphones. These are basically they are over-ear headphones, and they have a soft plush leatherette cushioning. It's driven by 40mm drivers within the headphones, so it's pretty loud, and it has a frequency range of about 15 Hz up to 22 kilohertz. So basically what that means is when you are listening to whatever you're recording yourself, you're going to be able to pick up any additional sounds and hear the actual true clarity of what you are recording. Now on to the most important part of the studio kit. So that's the condenser mic. So condenser mics are basically used everywhere, and they use for recording speech over radio, etc., etc. And in most cases, condenser mics are used for recording music. This was one of the main reasons we had actually got the kit, because my better half is a musician, and we found that it was very difficult to get into a studio, and also the cost of going to a studio to record her music. So we thought, why not do it at home? And that's what we are doing. So we here have the M-Audio Nova Black condenser mic. It basically comes with some accessories. It has a windshield, which is basically a sponge type material that fits over the mic. It is a unidirectional mic, and it also comes with a carrying case. It has a shock mount that comes with the mic, and the whole purpose of a shock mount is that for whatever reason, if the mic moves around, it's not going to bump into something, because when it does bump into something, those extra small noises will be picked up by the condenser mic. And it's an extremely sensitive mic, so it's going to pick up a lot of sounds or any additional sounds that are around. It is a cardioid type of condenser mic, and the reason it's called a cardioid mic is because the sensitivity pattern of the microphone is heart-shaped or cardiac, and that's the reason it's called a cardioid. Also, over our mic, we have something called a pop-up filter. Pop filters basically are there. If I have to say pa 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 ba 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 ba, the thing goes or words like pop, etc. Those popping noises and popping sounds, sometimes you don't want them in high quality type of audio recordings. So that's the whole purpose of the pop filter. It also has an additional purpose, because when people speak into mics, a lot of people, sometimes they don't say it, they spray it. And that saliva basically goes onto the sensor of the condenser mic, and over time erodes and thus decreases the lifespan of that microphone. So it acts almost as a barrier and protects the microphone itself. With this microphone, and coupled with the sound card, the M-Track 2x2, you're basically able to record very high quality 24-bit 992 kilohertz audio files. And we're going to give you an example of what it sounds like. This is a microphone test, doing a voiceover with the Nova Black condenser mic. The M-Audio Studio Kit also comes with software like Cubase and Pro Tools, and a whole lot of plugins, so that you can record your own music, make your own beats, and you can also record multiple voice channels, so you can have backing on tracks. And here's an example of it.
Join on me to movement, the beat now fire me too. They want that money, me too. Watch out, big girls, me too. I'm melting butter, me too. Expensive watch on me too. Smoking Cali, me too. Swinging inches, me too. Bloody shoes now, me too. They call on me to movement. You hiding me to movement. Now way on me to movement. Join on me to movement. They call on me to movement. You hiding me to movement. Now way on me to movement. Join on me to movement.
The next thing, obviously, is, and probably not the least important, is one of the most important things, is our monitor speakers. So a lot of people ask a lot of the times, why spend? They are pricey. Let me just say that. But why spend a lot more on these type of speakers versus any other speakers that you get out there on the market? The first and the most important thing is the frequency range of these speakers. A lot of, like I mentioned also in the beginning, a lot of other speakers have preamps that clear up the sound, and the whole point of a monitor speaker is that you want to hear those imperfections. You want to hear where you can clean up that audio, because what you may be editing on your computer and what you may be hearing isn't not what somebody else may hear if they have a better quality type of system or better frequency range. So basically, we got the M-Audio BX5 D3 monitor speakers. These are 100 watt RMS each. They are obviously powered speakers, so they have their own amps built in, and they have their own power supplies. So you don't need an additional amplifier to run these speakers. They have a 5-inch Kevlar woofer, and they've got a 1-inch silk dome tweeter. They also, within the speaker, they've got acoustic foam, and it has an acoustic foam base, so that when the speakers are playing, there's no rattles or vibrations that may distort whatever you're listening to. So with these speakers also, you basically want them to act as headphones. So you want them at the level of your ears, and you want them at a 45-degree angle to each side. To basically, you want the speakers to act almost as headphones, so that you hear and you pick up whatever imperfections may be in the audio file, so that you can clean it up. They have a built-in level sensor, which is actually the light in the speaker. So as you move up, the point that the light is the brightest, that is the level that the speakers should be, well, to your eyes. So these speakers will have a frequency range of 52 hertz to 35 kilohertz. So it has a wide frequency range, and it's going to project and emit all those other types of sounds that you may miss on normal headphones, or may miss while listening on your phone. And it's important to pick up those things. So this system now, just to say, firstly, a big shout out to Elroy, who is a music producer and sound engineer, for all the advice, and to the guys at Tom's Music in Rivonia. Wow, they were an extremely big help, and they gave us an amazing discount. You'd be surprised at what this costs. It literally costs, a lot of people actually pay a lot more for a GPU. But listen, if you're going for high-end stuff, let me tell you something, you can do a proper studio at your home for roughly around 10,000 rand. I know it seems like a lot, but if you look at what people are paying for GPU prices, etc., this is something really worth investing in, especially if you want to be a YouTube streamer or Twitch streamer, when you're gaming, etc. This will really take your stream to another level. So the whole point of this whole system is that we want to record crisp, good audio, and obviously we want to make sure that the audio that we're recording is of a high quality, because there's only so much that you can do in post-production. If at the time when you're shooting something and the audio is not good and is not clear, it will ruin the video. There's only so much you can do, and a prime example is if you look at the early videos in our channel, before we had got our Rode unidirectional shotgun microphone that's on our camera, we actually used to use the built-in microphone in the DSLR, and a few of our friends, etc., said, like, we could barely hear what you were saying, and the audio was not clear. And that's the whole point of having good, clear audio. It basically brings the entire video together. Hope this video was informational. Please remember, the competition, if you haven't entered, it's going to be ending soon. We've got that amazing Logitech 5.1 surround sound system that we're giving away to one lucky person. And yeah, we'll catch you next time.
Day one, on my own with my day ones. They be switching up, trying to level up. Business sucking up, I ain't giving up. Keeping it cool, smooth and fresh, nice and sexy, ain't no beef. I ain't even mad, this is the move, the revolution, way it goes. They call